There's certain players who add value in every way you can think of. And honestly, every team needs these players. Manyiel Wugol is one of these players. Not only was he a finalist for National Defensive Player of the Year, in a league that's growing super fast and is developing some star power, but he's also really finding his role in the pro game. A player like Manny can definitely score when needed. But what I like a lot about his game is how he's able to mold his role to the team. For example, last year he averaged 11.3 points per game and 28 minutes a game, which is pretty solid for a first-year pro. This year, with a more well-rounded team, Manny's scoring average and minutes have both actually decreased, which from the surface looks as though he's having a worse second season. But I actually think he's even done a better job playing into the role needed for him, finding his windows where he's meant to be aggressive, putting the ball in the basket, and keying in on making defense his big focus. And he's emerged as a very solid 3-and-D player. And in games where he's played more than 25 minutes, he's averaging 15.8 points per game, and has some big games up to 30 points, where he's able to get hot and play off his shooting ability too. But back to defense, Manny's definitely one of those guys who's an import stopper. At 198 centimeters and 90 kilos, he's got a really good frame and athleticism to stop the best player on any team. And he has really good instincts too, really on all positions 1 to 4. He's got an elite ability to speed up the primary ball handler on the other team and add pressure in the backcourt, to wear down players with controlled and smart physicality, to play smart off-ball defense and help teammates do the same, and to lead by example with defensive energy, focus, and just flying around. He's relentless, and he's known and scouted by other coaches to be somebody to really watch out for on the defensive end. So what are those situations that we talked about earlier where he scores the best? Definitely attacking closeouts, so using his shooting ability to get defenders flying at him, and creating this advantage to finish around the rim with his athleticism and his touch on floaters. He also has a great feel for finding good catches from more ball-dominant teammates, moving around the perimeter to find good shots and situations for himself. And in transition, he uses his speed, long strides, and really good feel for lanes to find easy buckets, and is a great shooter in transition too at high speeds. And then lastly is intangibles. I've been around Manny and talked to plenty of people about him, and I can confidently say he's one of the best people I've ever met. He's overall just a quality human, he's a leader, he pushes everyone around him, brings amazing energy, and no one will ever have an attitude problem with him. Plus, he's big on giving back into his local community, which is massive for any organization. Manny's only been playing basketball for 8 years, and he's improved greatly each year. I've seen it happen, and his trajectory is sky high for any team that picks him up.